Hi, welcome back to Jane's Brain Space. We are actually in year 2024. Time really passes. And I'm going to call this New Year New Mascot. Whenever I see YouTubers that usually revolve around like drawing or animation, like stuff like that, they always have like a little mascot that kind of just like represents them. And I feel like I should sort of do that. I mean, for a while, I have been showing just like me with a green jacket, shorts or long pants, and me, just like my cartoon version of my face. But while I was just zoning out, cause either I try to think about it, then draw it, and then actually drawing it. And I was like, well, I mean, yin yangs are one of the main things I've drawn since I was little. That actually is true. Well, now my door is covered with something else. I used to have a homemade yin yang I made, but of course I didn't understand how yin yang worked, so it was kind of really, it was not exactly great. And even with the profile that I use now for my channel is a yin, well, half of it. I don't know if it's the yin or yang, because either way, I just get confused. So I just say yin yang, even though it just shows one. So then I thought, and a lot, like some art styles that I've kind of shown are weird core, basically an object for a head, and I like that idea. So I was like, why not my mascot be a floating yin yang head with a kind of the outfit that I have, but in a human body. And this is exactly what I drew. So let's see if I can somehow bum my Loki helmet again. I still have it just because it looks cool. On top, let me see that if you can see that good. On top, we have the head. I had an idea of what the head was gonna look like since, well, before I was thinking of the two pieces being separated to kind of give it a more like floating vibe to it. But then while I was drawing like the base, I was like, that'd be a bit hard to draw because, I mean, if it's perspective, how is that gonna work if the two pieces are always floating away from each other? So I just kept them together to make one whole thing. She has no mouth or whatever counts as however the heck I draw noses. She mostly just has eyes, so how she talks is a mystery. And like a yin yang, where usually it has a white with a black dot in the middle and black with a white dot in the middle, I made the dots the eyes. And I was thinking that the light one was kind of more showing like a more cheerful. I can't talk. I don't even know what that word was. A more cheerful attitude, while the white one has a more serious attitude or stubborn attitude. Since this is basically based off of me, it makes sense if it's a more stubborn attitude because that's what I am sometimes. And it was a little tricky because I finally did the idea of not using black outlines and actually using separate outlines for specific things. Not like different colors for each specific thing, because for me, that would be annoying and take up a lot of time that I just don't want to do anymore. So it's more like specific colors and stuff. Like, this has a more black outline, while it has like a lighter shade of black with gray and a more gray eyeball, so it doesn't like blend in. Excuse me, I just ate a burger for dinner. And for the white one, it has a more gray eye. And for the kind of light highlights I thought it'd make sense if this one had a white light while this one had a more black light to kind of contrast. Is that the word? You know, oppose the opposite but being the same. I'm not sure how expressions work yet, but I don't know, maybe the one that's like showing like more over it is in control, and the bottom one is usually not as seen. I'm not sure. So, and if I didn't add eyelashes because when I drew them, I didn't really like how it looked. Then I realized I don't really have to put eyelashes if it's going to be a girl. And also, it looks more simple this way. Of course, I have to have the green jacket, well, simple version of the Sally one. I have to do it. And either I had the idea of it or I just didn't want to draw hands. A little bit of both. So I thought it'd be kind of cool if the sleeves are kind of act like hands sometimes, since they just kind of go over it and kind of work as hands, but more clothing. As you can tell, this one is more propped up, while this one is more flat down. And honestly, I'm proud of how this arm went. Of course, I have the blue pants. I have these in real life. And now that I finally, so long of finding a art style, I realized that, yes, sometimes feet, like, depending on how you draw feet are hard to draw, hands were hard to draw, sometimes faces can be a bit tricky. Same thing with, make sure I didn't fall over. Same thing with hair, since sometimes I have a little trouble with hair, and I try not to repeat it, which sometimes is annoying, because I feel like I tend to do that sometimes. So then I realized how I draw shoes is just really, really simple compared to how some people would draw shoes. So either these are shoes or just not wearing any shoes or socks. And of course, and I'm not sure, like, I'm not gonna do anything weird, but I feel like the how the body looks like is basically this side has the black on it, and this side has the white to kind of, because see the feet, it's opposite to each other. I'm gonna do the video. Wait, I haven't done this in so long. I've been mostly doing shorts. I forgot how to video. I've been getting better at drawing circles for the head, and I'm very proud of how this turned out. Honestly, I'm glad I'm drawing more sitting poses, because I did remember for a while I wanted to do it. Oh, and what was happening here was, this was when I figured out how to draw feet, and I was wondering if one should be the hoof feet, and the other one should be more needle, but then I kept it that. And oh, I guess it wasn't floating for the head, it was floating for the arms. That I didn't like it because it didn't make sense. And I was going to add hands, but I didn't know how, so. So I thought this little hand, I actually gave her a name. At first, it was gonna be like a Y and Y for yin and yang, or like something like with Y in it. But then it just didn't sound right. Then I thought, wait a minute, what is my channel called? Brain Space. So basically, her name is Brain Space. This took an hour, 7 minutes, and 10 seconds to draw. Oh, sorry, I was wearing a jacket. I didn't know. You just saw half the clothes. Okay. Next is another part of Brain Space, but I did like a little GIF animation thing on Procreate. And I'll explain on a bit of what I got for Christmas. So one of the things I got for Christmas was Procreate Dreams. Basically the animation version of Procreate. Hopefully, once I figure out how the heck I'm supposed to use it, because right now I gotta learn how to do it, since my style of, I guess, quote-unquote animation, whenever I do little GIFs, is, like drawing, or sometimes for me, copying, then just keep going. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how the tracks work, how I'm supposed to do, like, outlining and color for it. So, hopefully I'll figure it out, and I'll be able to show animated shorts without actual YouTube shorts, like shorts that would be video sized. And before that came out, well, I guess it was already out. I just didn't heard on it until my friend Maddie told me. So, and I had this funny idea, including brain space, with her head spinning and flinging her arms up and down. This took a bit, and the thing I did not want to do was redraw the head and the arms because I'm lazy, and honestly, it takes up a lot of time. So what I did was I copied the head and then moved it a little by little. Same thing with the arms. Of course, it wasn't like connecting, so I did have to edit that part. But I'm really proud of how this turned out, so I'm going to show how the animation looks. I guess it kind of cuts off of the head, but honestly, it still looks cool. I mean, look at that. So so Brain Space is going to be my new mascot for my channel, and hopefully she'll pop up now and again for little jokes and artworks I will do. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you'll all have a great year and a good Christmas. Well, had a good Christmas, and I'll see you soon.